Hello, everyone. Welcome to our little corner of the internet called the Mustache and The Beard.com. Two great geeks changing the world one post at a time. My name is Louis Matos, the Mustache co-conspirator and co-contributor to the Mustache and The Beard.com, where we talk about genre entertainment, geek culture, and fun times. Joining me today is my buddy.
Hi, I'm Eliseo Figueroa, also known as The Beard. And I am his co-conspirator. Welcome. What are we going to do today, Louis?
We are going to talk about all the things, the posts that we've had during the course of this week, and we're going to also go and...
I'm ready. Let's go. I'm all ready.
No, we're not doing that.
What do you know?
We're going to try to keep the silliness to a minimum today. Today, we're going to try and be professional. We talked about this. We're going to try and be professional. No. My dad's a minister.
No.
We want to try and be, respectful of that.
No silly hats?
No silly hats. No noisemakers. No pots and pans. Today, we're going to be professional. I'm in seminary. We want to make sure that, we try and maintain everything with some decorum and dignity. All right? Dignity.
I quit.
All right. Before we do our recap, I want to say to all our viewers that saw the past video, the launch party video.
Launch party! Sorry.
Before we, I wanted to make sure that we thank all of those viewers that we had. Thank you very much. All of your words have been extremely kind, and we are grateful. We had almost 300 views.
Of what?
Of the video.
What video?
The one that we posted on Monday.
What was it about?
The launch party video.
Launch party!
Okay. Very dignified.
I think so.
All right. So, thank you to all our viewers. We're really, we cannot thank you enough. It's our families, we know, and friends, so we're very, very grateful. Like I said, through both platforms of Facebook and through our WordPress website, 300 views, which is absolutely astounding. So, thank you.
I agree.
Also, absolutely, we said that in going back over the video, we said absolutely a lot. It obviously is one of our words to go to. We're going to try.
Absolutely.
If it would have been a drinking game, anyone that would have listened to that 15-minute video would have been inebriated by the time we were done. So,
Hey,
we're going to try.
That's a good idea. Drinking game!
All right. Too often we said that word. We're going to try and refrain from using that word this time.
What word?
Also.
But what's the word?
Absolutely.
I promise you, I will not use that word.
You'll try not
Absolutely.
to. All right. Requested videos and themes. We've had a lot of requests. We've been really happy that people have become followers of the website, subscribers to the website. We've had a few likes. Not as many as we should have. If you were all paying attention, I asked for a lot of likes. We've had 1 like on every post, which, and some have had it too, but we could do better.
We need more.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, some of the requested videos and themes that will have happened, we had one person in particular really into Dungeons and Dragons. Well, for you, we have decided to do a series of posts on Dungeons and Dragons. We're going to do some character development. We're going to show you how to create a campaign, and we're going to show you Gameplay. Thank you. Those are the things that we want to focus on. So those will be a few videos that we put in. We've decided that since our first video was so well received, we're going to do more of those.
Now this is going to be about specifically Dungeons and Dragons, but you can use it about role-playing games in general. There are plenty of role-playing games out there in addition to Dungeons and Dragons. So what we're going to be showing you is what to do, also what not to do, and how to cut corners. Because honestly, the truth of the matter is that it's supposed to be fun. And we can show you ways of making it fun according to your taste.
Super.
Absolutely.
I was going to say it, and I held myself back. So you need to start trying to restrain
To hold myself?
No, to hold yourself.
You really want me to hold myself?
No. All right, so another thing that we got requests for, someone asked us to talk about phobias, which clearly in horror movies is one of those things that is used as a tool to exacerbate and increase people's scares. So we will be talking about phobias.
Remember, you're going to exacerbate. You can't do it behind closed doors.
How did I know that you were going there? You sexualize everything. All right.
I'm Puerto Rican.
So, we're also going to... someone asked about James Bond theme music. And we're really excited about that because before that post happened, we had been talking about all the crazy themes that have been used for James Bond, and we said it would be great if we could actually post like a jukebox. However, the Beard had an idea that maybe we could do a poll and have people choose their favorite James Bond movie themes. So we'll be posting that. I know how to do it.
We're going to work on that. Figure out how to get it done. But it's definitely in the works. We're going to do it. We're going to show all the different themes from each James Bond movie, and then have you vote on which is your favorite.
Also, we have some top 10 lists that some of our followers have said, "Oh, I want to post my horror list." Like I said, we want this to be a place of discussion and where we could actually talk about those. Okay.
Excuse me. We're experiencing operating difficulties.
Yeah, there was a darkening there for a second.
Please stand by.
Are you going to sit by? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, like I said, now this is our recap video. We're going to call the recap videos Red Capers. And this is our first one, so it's Red Capers number 1.
And it's based on a suggestion by a very good friend of ours, Omar Gonzalez. Let's hear for Omar.
All right, so without further ado, we're going to do a review of everything that we've talked about over the course of this week. So, Junior, what was the first thing that you want to talk about this week?
Punch party!
Can't beat them, join them.
Yay!
All right.
Okay.
So launch party was our first activity as when we launched the site. We were really excited. Clearly, we were having fun.
Clearly, all of you enjoyed it.
Yes. So because you were having fun, that even made our fun even greater. So that was the first thing. Then we did the first post. Let's talk about Geektoberfest, right? Geektoberfest went off without a hitch. We're excited about that.
It's still going on.
Yeah, and
It's for the month of October.
31 posts, 31 days. So we had a get to know you kind of a discussion where I talked a little bit about our relationship and a little bit about my approach to being a geek. Then we talked about the top 10 James Bond movies. Now, when we did our salute to James Bond, that we wanted to make sure that everybody understood that was for the James Bond that we lost, right?
Which James Bond?
Roger Moore. Right. So when you took off your cap, I was like, oh, it must be for Roger Moore. Right, exactly. Because
gone but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten. Did a lot of great stuff. We were excited, that to be able to mention him on some of our posts. Now, I did want to have an issue with you about one of your top 10. Yes. How is Never Say Never Again just an honorable mention?
It got an honorable mention.
Yes, but it should have been on the list. Move one of the Roger Moore movies. Now, I've been respectful, but, let's... Roger Moore was
finished
part
saluting the guy, and now we want to kick him off the list.
Because, no, there are a couple that you had.
There's two.
There's two Roger Moore
Your Eyes
movies.
Only and The Spider Woman.
Right. Now, what I'm saying is, Never Say Never Again, Barbara Carrera.
Granted, you have, and in bikinis, bathing suits,
and Kim Basinger. Yeah,
looking her best, by the way.
Absolutely. Oh my God, there it goes. I should have done something that paid the price. Okay.
Next time, every time one of us says absolutely, you got take a shot.
Okay. So.
At least I didn't sexualize it.
No, Never Say Never Again. Come on. How come, you couldn't have moved another one? I know I was giving you crap about George Lazenby.
To be honest with you, I could have put it in one of the like 10 or 9 slot, but the reason why I made it an honorable mention and not on the list was actually because it's not part of the official series. So I thought if I was going to make an honorable mention, it made more sense to use that one as an honorable mention rather than on the actual list, because the top 10 is now from the official James Bond series.
Because it's a rip on Thunderball.
Right. Well, because it was Thunderball was owned by someone else, and they made a deal not to remake the movie. So if you look at the credits, Thunderball was produced by Kevin McClory. The Bond producers, Broccoli and Saltzman, were relegated to executive producer status. That was the deal that they made because Kevin McClory owns the rights to Thunderball. Now, in letting him produce the movie, he had agreed not to use those remake rights for a certain amount of time. The time came up, and he remade Thunderball into Never Say Never Again. That's why it's the same basic plot, and the characters have the same basic names. The bad guy in Thunderball is Largo. The bad guy in Never Say Never Again is Largo. The girl in Thunderball is called Domino. The girl in Never Say Never Again. It's called Domino. Basically, it's a remake of Thunderball. So because it's not an official entry in the series, even though the producers now own it, they now own the movie. So it is part of their library. It's not an official entry into their series. So for that reason alone is why I made it an honorable mention rather than taking, say, Tomorrow Never Dies or one of the Spy Who Loved Me, and making them the honorable mention.
Okay.
But I can see your point. This is why I wanted to put it as an honorable mention, because I hold the movie in the same esteem you do. It needs to be up there. So
it's an older James Bond. It's kind of
works.
A nice little.
If you're a Bond geek like me, you're a Bond geek like me, a total Bond geek like me. It works if you watch Dr. No and all the entries in the first series, because Daniel Craig's Bond movies are reboots, so it's the second series. Casino Royale honors the second series. So the last movie in the official series is Die Another Day, but if you watch them from Dr. No all the way to Die Another Day and then watch Never Say Never Again, it actually works as a closing of the official series. Because at the end, this is a spoiler, but at the end of Never Say Never Again, James Bond quits.
Yeah, I know.
So it works.
That's why it's a gem. It is. It works. You could tack it on to the end of Die Another Day and watch everything straight through, and it works. All right. So then we had the top 10 horror movies.
Right, and again, I have a peeve.
Okay.
28 days.
I knew that it was 28 days later.
28 days.
I was like, you can't argue with any of them.
No.
28 days later is the newest one.
I am in complete agreement with all of your entries. Complete agreement. The Thing? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Halloween? Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with all of them. Dawn of the Dead? The 28 days? 28 days after?
Yeah, it's a scary movie. It's,
Of course it's a scary movie. It's a horror movie. It's supposed to be scary.
Yeah, it's zombies, fast-moving zombies. But the most scary part is there at the end, where the soldiers are there and the guy goes there with
but scarier than, come on,
female, and then also the little girl.
You didn't even put Fright Night as an honorable mention.
No, I didn't put any honorable mentions because I'm gonna go over those. Yes, there are. I love Scream. That's one of those movies that I'm going to be talking about. And you're right. Fright Night, the Lost Boys, An American Werewolf in London.
You left out Lost Boys.
Yes, An American Werewolf in London. Yes, I know. But, come on, there's only 10 spots. So I put the 10 spots that meant the most to me.
Well, 28 days ought to be on the 28th spot.
Okay. All right. We'll agree to disagree. So now, let's talk about what we're putting next week. The Joe Manili Off the Rack, we decided to move it one spot later so that we could post this video in its spot, simply because we felt that it would tie up the week. It ends on, and it's posting on Sunday, so that every Sunday you get your wrap-up video or Red Capers number 2 next week. So
Joe Manili, just to remind you, Joe Manili, it's Off the Rack is a column that I write about comic books, and I'm focusing on an unsung hero of the golden age of comics. Actually, the golden age, the end of the golden age, 1950s. This guy was the #1 artist for Marvel Comics back when it was called Atlas Comics, and so I tell you the story of Joe Manili and some examples of his artwork.
Yes, excellent. It's an excellent article. Yeah, when I approached him to bump it, I felt a little bad because I love the article. Really well written. The story is going to wrench at your heartstrings.
Poignant story.
So that'll be Monday. Tuesday, we're going to have Respectful Real Review #1, which is I reviewed a movie that came out last year, 2018, called A Quiet Place. Spoiler alert, one of the best movies of the year. On Wednesday, we're going to review, or you reviewed Batman versus
Two-Face. Yes, it's an animated movie. Batman versus Two-Face. It is. It was made to be a follow-up to the Batman TV show. 1966. The voice of Batman is Adam West, who played Batman on the show. The voice of Robin was Burt Ward, again, who played Robin on the show. They brought back Julie Newmar to do Catwoman. And the really interesting thing is that the villain in this movie is Two-Face, and they hired William Shatner. Yes, the William Shatner. I'm not kidding. William Shatner does the voice of Two-Face. And what's really cool about it is that it's an animated movie, so they draw Two-Face to look like William Shatner when he was playing Kirk on Star Trek in 1966. This is how William Shatner looked in 66, and that's how they drew him. Great, perfect bit of casting, and it is a must see for any whether you love it or hate it. It's a must see for any Batman fan.
All right, and then one of the next thing we're going to have is, I told you that we're going to have more videos. Well, we saw Another Life.
It's a TV show on Netflix, a sci-fi space opera on Netflix called Another Life, starring
Katie Sackhoff
from Battlestar Galactica.
I'm just seeing that there's like one of our geckos are behind me.
Oh,
it's just totally.
It's sharing screen time.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's see.
So we're doing a video. We've seen the entire first season of Another Life, and we're going to discuss it. We're going to tear it apart. We're going to put it back together again. We're going to shake it on its head, and talk a little bit about the future of the show if it has one. We're probably going to disagree, so you get to see Louis and I fight, and he's a dirty fighter, so he'll probably punch me in the eye, and I'll slap him in the head. And yeah, exactly. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. So it ought to be fun. It was a great time watching it, and I hope we can impart upon you
some of our fun. I know, now we have birds tweeting. As you can see, we tried to spare no expense. We got a higher budget for production, so we decided to spend it on a background. So, hey, it's Geektoberfest.
Geektoberfest.
All right. Last thing for the week will be, I'm going to review. Well, it's called The Reading Sanctum, and that'll be our next feature. It'll be me and books. I've had this love for books since I was young. I'm going to explore that with some of the books that I enjoyed back then and some of the books that I'm enjoying right now. I think that about wraps up everything that we wanted to discuss. Did you want to have anything else that you wanted to discuss?
Let me check my notes. We hope If I could read what my own handwriting. No, I don't think I want to discuss anything else.
So, with our theme music playing in the background.
Coming at you live from Puerto Rico.
Correct. Puerto Rico, which this beautiful set, yeah, we're swatting at the flies.
And mosquitoes.
And, legatijos that are the lizards of this place.
We got birds
sharing. Yeah, birds singing.
Birds flying around all over the place.
We were happy to talk to you again. We hope that you keep coming back. We hope that you've enjoyed this little slice of our corner of the internet called the mustacheandthebeard.com.
We hope we get it better.
Don't forget the likes. Don't forget the comments. Saying goodbye to you, Louis Matos, the mustache, and
Eliseo Figueroa, the beard.
so long. Live long and prosper.